Welcome back. Okay, it's time for the news. We're going to kick off with some Games Workshop because Gorka Morka is being rejuvenated into Speed Freaks.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so this was news that came out towards the start of this week from Games Workshop, and they were releasing information about Speed Freaks. Now, there's not too much of it at the moment, apart from a teaser trailer which shows off the old Orc buggy being smashed to pieces, as a good mech would do, and being turned into a new war buggy instead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this leads a lot of people to thinking that what we're going to be seeing here is pretty much a revamp of what Games Workshop were doing in the past. Kind of what they've been done with just Titanic and stuff like that. Effectively, Gorka Morka is not going to be how you thought it was, so it's not going to be coming back as like a full-on skirmish game as it used to be, you know, with the Orc tribes and the mutants and stuff like that. And instead, we're going to be seeing them focusing down towards an actual proper racing game on the tabletop, which is very, very cool indeed.
Yeah.
Now, there has been some sort of teaser stuff coming out of this being in Japan and stuff like that, so we'll have to see exactly how this arrives on the tabletop. But from what we've seen in the previews and stuff like that, I'm up for a really cool racing game in the world of 40k. I think it goes back to that kind of like dark comedy side of Warhammer 40,000 that everyone really loved back in the day and stuff. So hopefully that's something that's being carried over into Speed Freaks going forward. That would be very cool.
Yeah,
so.
and the new buggy looks amazing. We'll have to see if we can bring a picture up or something with the editors. That this new version of it, you get the sense that these orcs are Speed Freaks.
Can I budge it?
Huh?
Can I budge the buggy?
It's an orc thing.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I'm assuming that you probably can. I'm assuming that you'll probably get a bonus for painting it red.
Yes.
I have no doubt. You got it. You got it. Isn't it? There's a couple of quick ones here. So if you're interested in your racing games, this isn't the only racing game out there. One of my favorites is Formula D, which is a board game.
I love
I
Formula
think
Formula
that's sitting
D
around here somewhere.
For me, it has to be Gaslands.
It's amazing. I was going to mention Gaslands.
Yeah.
There's Gaslands, and there's another one, Ben. What's the other one that's...
Route 66.
Route 66
Well,
and...
666, sorry.
Devil's Run.
And Devil's Run.
Yeah, I think that's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing, yeah. So Gaslands and Devil's Run are also ones that well worth checking out because racing on the tabletop has had a little bit of a boon recently.
Yeah.
And if you like your Hot Wheels and your Matchbox...
Simon are coming out with the Wacky Races board game of all things.
Are they really?
Yeah, the
we saw it
original.
at Gen Con.
Oh, fantastic.
I am really happy for this, especially because there is an upgraded version of the game where you can have the miniatures pre-painted.
There is one thing that makes me sad about it, though.
What's that?
You can't play Dick Dastardly. He's an NPC.
Oh, no!
Yeah, I know.
He drives ahead and leaves traps behind him
Oh,
for you.
no! But you can pay Penelope and the rest of them.
Yeah, the Ant Mob gang.
And Hill Mob.
Ant Hill Mob, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love
Years and
those
years
cartoons so
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
So there's an interesting selection
Yeah.
of racing games out there. The other thing that's interesting though, isn't it amazing just how horizontal the Warhammer 40k hobby is getting at the
Oh,
moment?
yeah, it's spreading way
How
out.
broad it is.
Yeah, there's so much you can do to just like if you never want to leave that universe. You pretty much don't have to leave that universe anymore. You've got so many options. It's really, really cool.
Well, I did see one thing coming out of the rumor mill for it.
Yeah.
Is that Games Workshop might be looking about putting the IP out to movie studios again.
Oh yes, that has appeared. I can't remember what the exact announcement was, but there was some sort of press release stating that.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be
they're
nice
looking
if
at
one
that.
of the big studios took it on?
It has to happen.
You see,
It has to happen.
Yes, Ben?
I've thought about this for a while now, and one of the big things that I've always looked at when it comes to Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Fantasy, now Age of Sigmar and stuff like that, is that if they were ever going to come back to the idea of doing something set within the universe, it either has to be sort of pretty much real life and done with like lots of CGI, like a lot of the films are now, not completely CGI. I don't think that it works. Or go down the completely animated route and do like a proper anime style version of 40k and Warhammer Fantasy, because the over-the-top world of anime and that kind of style would work so well for Warhammer 40,000 especially. So
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. The reason is because I think it would be such a departure from the core IP that they'd be very, very keen to protect. I think if it went live action, I think you're more likely to see it go. I think they're more likely to agree to live action. If the only offer they got was a big budget anime style, they might go for that. But I think if they get choices, they're probably they'll opt for the live action. One of the difficulties I have with it as a universe, though, for this is typically movies will have they're quite formulaic.
Yeah.
And successful movies are very formulaic because there are certain archetypes and certain plot lines that we just gravitate to. So the save the cat moment for the hero, going through to love interests and things like this. So
most stick very closely to the hero's journey plot structure.
The current crop of Space Marines. You see, here's where you got your difficulty, right? The moment you mention a 40k movie, you immediately think it's going to have Space Marines.
This is what I was wondering.
But if it does have Space Marines, well, in their current incarnation, tend to lack a lot of personality. Certainly back in the Horus Heresy days, they from the books they come out with more. Yeah. But they almost certainly never have a love interest, as far as we're aware.
I've only ever discovered it once.
A lot
in
of
any of the books I've read.
A lot of modern cinema is moving away from the need for a love interest.
Yeah, but I get that. But equally, you if you want the movie to be a success, it probably is going to have to follow a bit of a formula somewhere.
Well, that rumor also said it might be a TV series.
That would be cool.
A TV series.
That would work a lot better.
That would like. Sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, if you looked to something like Forward Unto Dawn that was done for Halo, you have it focusing around Imperial Guardsmen, Astra Militarum, and those guys, and having them on the screen, and then having the Space Marines as something that comes in towards the end or something like that. You could definitely do that as a TV show. So
I think a TV
Gaunt's
series,
Ghost or something like that.
That's what I was going to say.
TV series would suit it far better than
lets them go for the breadth of story that you need.
I think one of the best ways they could actually go for it would actually be following an inquisitorial retinue. Adeptus Hereticus, because that lets you delve into the culture and background a lot more. It gives you the excuse to travel to the different worlds, to dig into the different societies, and then later bring in Space Marines for a climactic battle.
Well, what it does do as well is it allows you to focus in on known archetypes like the Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
So
that's
people
Ordo Malleus.
People can
Ordo Malleus are the demon hunters.
Yeah. I mean, you have almost a Van Helsing kind of a character. You have that hunter character that.
If you want a good parallel for the books, there's a pair of them. So, Scourge the Heretic and Innocence Proves Nothing by Sandy Mitchell. It follows an inquisitorial warband and only brings the actual Inquisitor in once in a while, and it does show Space Marines the odd time. Yeah, but it's them not doing an incredible amount, which is really nice.
See, the thing is that there has to be, whether it's movies or TV, it doesn't matter. There has to be some obvious aspect to it that non-fans can relate to.
A way in.
Yeah, they need to be able to. They need tropes that they can understand. Yeah, so hunting demons.
Yeah, well, you've got that detective thing.
Yeah, that hunting demons thing. I think that could work really well, and then you could start to. Look at the personal relationships and stuff, because it's going to have the relationships between individuals, love interests, love triangles, whatever else.
Well,
because
that gives you a team.
Successful TV has this. Game of Thrones, Vikings. Yeah. It can't all be about the action. The action sequences are the crescendos. Yep. But it's all the other intrigue and the character development.
I'm going to lend you Scourge the Heretic, because that has all of that.
Absolutely. I can't wait not to read that. So it's
a good book from one of my favourite writers.
Justin, do you know what we're going to do?
Time.
No, I don't have time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make time for a beer, and you can just tell me all about it. you are basically my personal version of Alexa. You'll just regurgitate it to me in your own unique style with your double vodkas and Coke. So it's like,
hang on, that's a heavy night.
Right.